You know what's scarier than a strong man? A weak man who decides he's had enough. I watched it happen. I watched someone break, and then I watched him rebuild himself into something no one recognized. This is that story. His name was Arjun. 24 years old, skinny, quiet, always apologizing. He worked at a small office, low salary, no respect. People interrupted him mid-sentence. His boss yelled at him in front of everyone. His friends made plans without him, and he just smiled, nodded, said nothing. One day I asked him, "Why do you let people treat you like this?" He looked at me with tired eyes and said, "I don't know how to stop them." That's when I realized Arjun wasn't weak because he couldn't fight back. He was weak because he didn't believe he deserved to. One evening, something broke inside him. His girlfriend left him, not for another man. She left because, in her words, "You have no spine." That night, Arjun sat alone in his room. He stared at the mirror, and for the first time in years, he saw himself clearly. A man who said yes when he meant no. A man who shrunk himself to fit into other people's comfort. A man who was invisible, even to himself. He clenched his fists, his jaw tightened, and he whispered something I'll never forget. "I'm done being nothing." That was the moment. Not motivation, not inspiration, pure anger. Anger at himself, at the years he wasted, at the person he became. The next morning, Arjun didn't go to work. He went to a boxing gym. An old coach was there, tough face, rough hands. Arjun told him, "I want to learn how to fight." The coach looked at him and said, "You already lost every fight in your life. Why start now?" Arjun didn't back down. "Because I'm tired of losing." The coach smiled. "Good. Then stop trying to fight others. Fight yourself first." For 3 months, Arjun trained, not just his body, his mind. Every morning he woke up at 5 a.m. Every day he did what he didn't want to do. Cold showers, hard runs, controlled breathing. He stopped saying yes to everyone. He stopped explaining himself. He stopped seeking approval. And slowly, people noticed. One day, his boss yelled at him again, in front of the whole office. The old Arjun would have nodded, apologized, stayed quiet. But this time, Arjun stood up, looked his boss in the eye, and said calmly, "Don't talk to me like that again." Silence. The room froze. His boss blinked, stepped back. Arjun didn't shout, didn't threaten. He just changed the energy in the room. Because a man who respects himself doesn't need to prove anything. After work, I met him. I asked, "What changed?" He said, "I stopped being afraid of being disliked." That hit me hard, because most people are weak not because they lack strength. They're weak because they need everyone to like them. Arjun became dangerous the day he stopped needing permission to exist. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Weakness isn't about muscle, it's about mind. A weak man waits for respect. A dangerous man earns it by respecting himself first. A weak man avoids conflict. A dangerous man creates boundaries. A weak man fears being alone. A dangerous man protects his peace. Arjun didn't become dangerous by lifting weights. He became dangerous by taking control. Control of his time, control of his words, control of who he allowed in his life. And when you take control of yourself, the world has no choice but to respect you. Not because you're loud, but because you're unmovable. 6 months later, Arjun got promoted, started his own side business, found a woman who respected him because he respected himself. But the biggest change? He smiled differently. Not to please anyone, but because he finally liked the man in the mirror. I'll never forget what he told me. I didn't change the world. I changed how I showed up in it. So, let me ask you, are you waiting to be treated better? Or are you becoming the kind of person no one dares disrespect? Because the day